For solving the worksheet for chapter 11, the capital budgeting. As we know, this worksheet has two projects, project A and project B. Project A has an initial investment of $110,000 with a cash flows over 5 years. And same for project B, which have cash flows for an initial investment of minus 130,000 and cash flows for 50 for 5 years. In order to calculate the payback period for these cash flows, the payback period, which refers to the years that are needed in order to cover the initial investment of the investment. So first of all, we have 5 years within this project, and we have the following cash flows of the project. So these are the cash flows. So for the initial investment, which is minus 110,000, and it is in the negative sign, So we take minus 110,000, and then which is in the covered cash. Then we add to it the 25,000, which is the cash flow that is generated in year one. So the result will be minus 85,000. Then we add to it the cash flow that is generated in year two, which is 25,000. So we get minus 60,000. Then we add to it the 40,000, which is the cash that is generated in year three. So we get minus 20,000. Then we add to it the cash flow that is generated in year four. So it's 40,000. So we will get plus 20,000. So when we reach the positive sign, so this means that the initial investment is covered, and in this case we can stop covering the cash flows. And in this case, so the payback period for this project is actually between the third year and the fourth year. Since in the third year there was still $20,000 uncovered, and in year four, and at the end of year four, we have plus $20,000 that has been covered. So the payback period is actually between 3 and 4. So it is a 3 plus the uncovered cash that is still uncovered in year 3, which is the 20,000. So this 20,000 refers to this uncovered cash, divided by 40,000, which is the total cash that is generated in the following year after coverage. Okay, so it's 3 plus 20,000 over 40,000, so it is 3.5 years. If we repeat the same process for project B, so project B has a payback period for 3.29 years. If we want to calculate the discounted payback period for project A, for example, so the discounted payback period for this project is as follows. So first, we have 5 years in this project A, and the cash flows are as following, with an initial investment of minus $110,000. What difference between the discounted payback and the payback period is that according to the discounted payback period, so we have to use the discounted cash flows. So each of the cash flows that are generated with a project, so we have to discount them at the weighted average cost of capital, which is 6%. So first of all, the initial investment is minus 110,000. The cash flow for the first year is 25,000, so it will be discounted at 1.061 plus weighted average cost of capital to the power t, which is the year. And the second cash flow, which is 25,000, should be discounted also at 1 plus weighted average cost of capital power 2, which is its year. And the third cash flow also should be discounted at 1 plus weighted average cost of capital to the power 3, which is its year. And same with respect to the fourth cash flow and the fifth cash flow. So the result of the discounted cash flow are the following results. So these are the results of the discounted cash flows. Okay. Then, using the discounted cash flow, we repeat the same process that we did in the payback period. So, using the initial investment minus 110,000, then we generate 23,585 dollars. Then we will have minus 86,415 dollars. Then we generated plus to $22,250. Then we will have minus $64,165. Then we generated a plus 33,585. Then we will have still uncovered minus $30,580. Then we generated a plus 31,684. Then we will have a plus of $1,104. So when we reach the positive sign, same as the payback period, we stop since the initial investment has covered. And in this case, we use the same formula in order to that we used in the payback period in order to calculate the discounted payback period, which is the years that are just before the recovery period, that are the third year, which is the third year, plus the cash flow that is still uncovered. This is the cash flow that is still uncovered, okay, over the total cash flow that is generated in the following year using the discounted cash flows. So the discount payback period for project A will be 3.97 years. And we can repeat the same process for project B. And the project B, the discounted payback period for project B will be 3.8 years. That's how we can calculate the payback period and the discounted payback period.